Oh, please.
Sorry,
please.
can I just ask Oliver? I understand the concept of patching, but what the difference does it really make as far as software is concerned? So when you patch something, you're simply taking the existing coding and then adding bits into the coding, making it more difficult to integrate. Is that correct? How does that work?
Oh no, yeah. Let me say this: when you patch, you take the existing product, you try to add stuff. It gets to an extent you cannot add again, because the further you want to add more, the system will crash. You know. So, but with us, with ONPASSIVE, with our products, you can do what you want to do. Like, look at what the CEO is doing now. Like I just said, is adding, because we are from foundation. But
in other words, what he's done is.
So let me explain this, Andy. Just explain this how patching works. You know, with patching, for instance, you build like Oliver said, you build an existing house with a structure. At that time, it was good, right? That is the format you build a house, because everyone was building the same like you. Now modernization come and you want to change a little bit of things. The house will not be the same again, because you are using new stuff to put it on an old house. Because if you break down all the house, you have tenant in that house, you break it, or the tenants will leave, and maybe you lost a lot of income because you're not generating income, because you want to build it everything again. So what they will do is, most IT companies, they just said, okay, I will take a little bit of this new piece of technology, see how I can hang it to fit, so I can sell it, because it's about making money. It's about making money. So they just take it and hang it there and then sell it, make it there, sell it. As Oliver said, if you continue to do that, everything will collapse. There'll be a time where you cannot do it again. The only thing you can do is start to build everything from scratch. So, and to build everything from scratch is more expensive. To break it and then build everything again is more expensive, and nobody will wait for you.
So if you like, if I put this into contextual terms, like building the Burj Khalifa, for instance, they go 3 floors down first to build the foundations.
Yes.
So that's the template that you're talking about,
correct.
If you like, and from that they can then add bits and pieces, add bits and pieces. But because the template is there, the base is there, you could tear the rest of it down, but because the base is there, it would make it quicker to rebuild, correct?
Correct, yes, correct. But remember, if you build it, the foundation, this foundation can take 10 stories, right? That is the original plan. If you add 11, 12, maybe it will sustain it, but can you go 13, 14? Maybe everything will collapse because the foundation cannot hold it. So that's the reason most companies don't do. That's what they call patching, because you're trying to add something on something that was not really the original plan to do that. So you're just trying to hang piece and survive hang piece. But if you continue like that, everything will just crash, just break down, and most companies will just at a certain point they say they cannot do it again. So
in effect, what we've done is having built that foundation with integrated AI.
Correct.
This is built for a 1 kilometer tall building, but at the moment we're only 10 stories.
Correct. Yes. Correct. That's exactly yes.
Got it.
Yeah. Because AI is the order now. Except something will come, and I believe if something comes, ONPASSIVE, Mr. Ashra is someone who always think ahead. He will start to be creative before. Some companies just refuse to innovate. But Mr. Ashra is an open-minded person who will always be there to innovate. He can start and build something. Remember, he said they can build 10 ONPASSIVE different. So there is always the income to start another generation. Say if something comes which is more than AI, before we even know, Mr. Ashra already started it. That will sustain again. But most companies, they refuse. Like Samsung collapsed because they refuse to innovate. They said, no, we cannot change. They will just want to stick on their own way. But Mr. Ashra is an open-minded person, because somebody will ask, what if something comes more than AI? Mr. Ashra already have a plan for that. He knows this structure will be there. People will be using it, but he will start to create something before we even get to that place.
Yeah, then in addition to that, like Mr. Ashmufara always said, the CEO, that all connect unlimited. Unlimited. Tell me which company that can say that some of their products are unlimited. None. Looks like Google. Google announced last year about storage. Before they had storage for free, but now they say that they say that people have to pay for storage. But with ONPASSIVE, all our products they're all unlimited.
I think for me, the most phenomenal product is exactly that, the OConnect product. If you open your market out, your entire market, to 8 odd billion people that are on this planet today, because you're able to auto translate into another language, the capability of that alone is absolutely phenomenal. You know, as I said, there are 4 billion Chinese, and at the moment, China is an open market because we're not there. We will be there, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So, so with the likes of OConnect, when people start to understand or see what is available outside of this, this market will just explode like a mushroom.
Yep, it will explode. It will explode because we have that unlimited. That this is what we are talking about, the power of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, like what I said here, Andy, if you look at the long run, Mr. Ashmofara is driven by value, not by anything. And because of that mindset, he can create more than 10 different companies with 10 different ideas. You know, like for instance, say artificial intelligence start to disappear. Because remember, this technology, something more can come, which is more powerful than artificial intelligence. Are we there? Yes, I'll tell you, because Mr. Ashmofara's mind, it's not about money. It's about giving value. So he can start hire engineer that will start to predict the future. I said, okay, now that we are in the era of artificial intelligence, what if something can, which is blah, 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 we don't know the name. How are we going to do that? Innovation will kick in and he can start to create another company. By the time we get there, artificial intelligence is there, this company will still stand, but we can still integrate it and build everything again from scratch. So that is the mindset of Mr. Ashmofara, because some people said, what if artificial intelligence, he will create another thing. But this other company, the reason why, look, we are talking about Nokia, the biggest company that collapsed, because they refused, they didn't predict the future. They didn't see, you know, Android and see like the iOS, you know, play Apple Store and all of those things coming into play. They just stick to their own because they think they are big there, nobody can beat them. And they were just about money. And that's why they collapsed. So Mr. Ashmofara already, you have looked at all these companies. The reason why they collapsed because they refused to innovate. And he said, we are preparing. So those people in the innovation lab, they are the one looking at the future and said, what if this happened? Are we prepared? Mr. Ashmofara said, yes, you do it. Let's start to get ready. You know, and that's why ONPASSIVE, when he stand and make that statement that ONPASSIVE will stay for generations to come, hundreds of years to come, is because they have already set the bar and they predict anything that can happen within technology.
This is the whole point about that you've made about having this foundation. This is the entire thing. If we've got the right foundation, anything can be built on that foundation. As high as you like. That's what makes it this more exciting for us, certainly, as you say, because we have this capability now to be able to go on for generation after generation after generation, because we've set that initial plan. And although things will change, this technique at the bottom, this foundation at the bottom, is solid enough to withstand, and they're 3 or 4 years ahead of everything else.
Correct.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm understanding.
Yes.
Thank you.